I would like to introduce today's presenter, Associate Professor T.S.I.R.Dr. Kuok, or in short, we can call him KKK or Dr. Kelvin, is currently serving as Associate Professor at Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus. He received his Master in Engineering from UNIMAS in 2004 and PhD for University Technology Malaysia in 2010. His current H index and I-10 index are 12 and 16 respectively, with more than 450 citations. He has published more than 60 index journal, research paper, 25 conference proceeding, and 13 book chapters. He has 10 years of industry experience before joining his academic career. He is also professional technologist registered with Malaysia Board of Technologists, professional engineer registered with the Board of Engineering Malaysia, and qualified chartered professional engineer in Malaysia, ASEAN, APEC countries. For those of you who just joined us, welcome to today's webinar titled Application Drone in Visual Inspection for Construction Project, that will be presented by Associate Prof.Ts.Ir.Dr. Kelvin Kuok. So just a little bit of housekeeping. Our schedule for today's session is please kindly reminded that a mic should be muted at all time. Switch off your camera, and a recording is not allowed. If you have any question during the presentation, please type in question in the chat box. Then I will read it through one by one, and it will be answered by Dr. Kelvin. Our team will compile, then it will be answered later. So without any further ado, let's give a virtual applause to welcome our presenter, Associate Professor T.S.I.R.Dr. Kelvin Kuok. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lau, RTS Lau. Before I start, I just like to mention about my background. Actually, my background is in hydrology and water resources. And only in the last 5 years, I also go into the project management and construction project management and construction management as well, where I involved in BIM, building information modeling, 3D printing, and gradually also involved a bit on the drone for visual inspection in the construction project. Okay, the one that I'm going to present to you this afternoon will be application of drone for visual inspection in the construction project. Okay, the contents, the outline that I'm going to present this afternoon are including the introduction, the reviews, methodology, result discussion, conclusions, and the future of drones. So, conventional project monitoring system basically is within the site. The site is quite so within the site there's a few construction area. So if you are working as a site supervisor or you work as an engineer on site, you need to travel from one place to another place. So it takes time for you to travel instead of looking at instead of monitoring the project all the time. And some of the project area is quite big. Okay, then one project, so one project engineer might not be enough, one supervisor might not be enough. It might need to have 2 or 3 supervisors. So when we have a 2 or 3 supervisors, then we have to employ extra site supervisor, extra engineer to monitor the work. And as a result, okay, we have to come up with extra money to monitor the project. So this is one way for us to, with the advancement of technology, there is one way for us to reduce the cost and then reduce the time in the project monitoring and construction, and project monitoring and inspection. One of the ways is using the drone technology, and we believe that by using the drone, the drone can fly from one site to another site with a very short time, and one person operator, one person, one project engineer, or one site supervisor is sufficient enough to monitor or inspect the sites for a particular project. And this will save the cost, and it will save the time in project monitoring and inspection. So there are a few aims for us to look into the study. to study the feasibility of drone application for visual inspection in project monitoring and construction industry. Okay, and to determine how much time, okay, and cost that can be saved for monitoring a particular project. In this case, we do a case study. The case study that we are adopting is the construction of Kuching centralized wastewater treatment plant, package number 2. And thereafter, we try to come up with a simple method of statement and try to come up with, establish the sequences for us to operate the drone for monitoring the site and for monitoring and inspecting the site. Scope of work. Okay, there are two main scope of work that we're going to do, to look into. The first one is we determine how much time and cost that can be saved, we can save using the drone technology compared to physical monitoring. And the second scope of work that we are going to look into is what the drone can do, okay, during the pre-construction stage, during the construction stage, and after the construction stage. Okay, so before we go look into the drone, let's go through some of the history of drone. Okay, the history of drone was started in 1849 when the Austrian Empire, when they want to attack Venice, what do? Is they tie the bomb on the hot air balloons, and by the time the hot balloons reach at Venice, then the bomb will be dropped, and then the area will be bombed and explode. The bomb will explode, and the area will be attacked and conquered. Okay, and is it very hard to imagine? Then I have the picture to share with you. This is how it looked like, and the bomb is going to tie with the hot air balloon, and then it will be fly from Austrian towards Venice, and by the time it reached Venice, then the bomb would drop, and then the area will be bombed. Okay, and then in 1907, the Professor Charles and Jacques and Louis Breguet, they have developed the first forerunner of helicopter. This first forerunner of helicopter is something like this. Okay, so it consists of forerunner of helicopter is the quadcopters actually, and quadcopters over here is this helicopter consists of four propellers. This is the first one, second, third, and fourth, four propellers, and it was invented by Professor Charles, a psychologist, and also the two brothers, okay, Jacques and Louis Breguet in 1907. Okay. In 1916, okay, British also developed a pilotless aircraft. They named it as Ruston Proctor aerial target after the outbreak of the World War I. Okay, and in 1937, British developed a Queen Bee and named it as drone. And 1960, the new superpower during that time was U.S. Force. They have developed a unmanned aerial system, UAS. They are also known as a Red Wagon to safeguard the sky patrol. So before 1960 and before this, we can see that most of the usage of the drone are in military. Okay, and there are a lot of stories. They try to use a drone to attack a specific area using these unmanned aerial systems by the superpower. Okay, and then currently, instead of using in the military services, then we try to adopt to use the drone, okay, in our daily life, and particularly in an engineering field, in project management and monitoring, project monitoring and inspection in our field, and it also can be used in agriculture and survey as well. Okay. So for flying drones in Malaysia, okay, there are a few rules that we need to adopt. Okay, all rules are according to Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia, CAAM 2021. Okay, there are the few rules over here that we need to follow. Okay, the first one is The drone may not be operate and fly in the class A, B, C, D, A, B, C, and G airspace. A, B, C, and G airspace, we can refer to this table. I don't want to go into this table in detail. Okay. And then when we operate the drones, the pilot must maintain a direct visual line of sight with the drone. And then no drone can be flown within a 5-kilometer radius of any airport. Okay. Commercial drone operation, we need to get the permission from Director General of CAAM. Okay, for the drone weight for more than 20 kilograms. Okay, we must also get the permission from the Director General of CAAM. And then all drones must be registered under CAAM Part 7. They may be flown for recreational purposes. They also mean that no drone must be fly within the aerodrome traffic zone and beyond the 400 feet above the ground. And drone, you cannot fly the drone in some specific places, okay, due to security reasons, like Putrajaya, KL City Center, Kuala Lumpur City Center, KLCC, Parliament, Istana Negara, or the police station, prisons, government offices, and military bases. So if we offend all these rules, then we will be charged under Section 186 of the Penal Code in Malaysia. Okay, brand of drone, and for my case, I have the limited budget, so I look for China drone. Okay, for some of my friends, one of my my graduated PhD student now working with Sharjah National Oil in UAE. Okay, the company is buying the drone for 1.6 million. Okay, used to detect the leakage of the pipeline, gas pipeline in their country. And in Sarawak, I understand that our public work department, now they are going to set up a team. Okay, they have purchased the drone attached together with the LiDAR systems, and each drone together with the LiDAR system, it costs about 300 Malaysian ringgit. For my case, I have limited budget. Okay, so I just look for the cheap drone, cheaper price drone, and the one that I'm looking for is Dajiang Innovations. The short form is DJI. Then we have the one office in Kuching. The location is at Batu Kawah. And then they under Dajiang Innovation, they have come up with a few series of drone. One is DJI Phantom, DJI Spark, DJI Mavic A. Another cheaper price drone that we are looking into is a Unique International. So this is one of the series that are produced by drone that produced by Unique. The name of it is a Unique E30Z 30X optical zoom drone. Okay. So type of drones. Among all the brands of drone, basically it can be divided into 4 types. One is the Mavic Pro. Okay, this is a multi-rotor drones, meaning to say that it has at least 4 propellers on this drone. Then we call it multi-rotor drones. Okay, the second type is essentially EBS. Okay, and this type it has a fixed wing drones. Okay. And the third one is it look like helicopter. Okay, the single rotor drones. Okay, and they consist of only one propeller, and one example of it will be WAPO 55 UAV helicopter. Another type is Falcon Vertigo. Okay, this Falcon Vertigo is basically a fixed wing hybrid VTOL. VTOL means that the drone can take off vertically and landing vertically as well. And it's a new tech, okay, new technology that's going to be adopted in the aerospace industry. Common usage of drone in early days, as I mentioned, you can use in the military, okay, to deliver the bomb, okay, to ensure the military surveillance, to safeguard the sky, okay, the air, okay, in public sector use Okay, you can use to rescue people, especially to the place that it is dangerous and hard to access. And then it can be used, it can attach with some radar system to forecast the weather. It can do some mapping if we attach together with the LiDAR systems. Okay, and a commercial use, basically in our line in engineering field, basically we are going to use it for the construction, inspection, and monitoring. Okay, in agriculture, what did they do is they are going to use the drone. They are using the drone, in fact, to fly over to spray the fertilizer, to spray the pesticides to the plants. Okay, and the last one is event photography. So in old days, when the drone is not so common, how are we going to take the picture from the sky? Normally, we are going to hire a helicopter, and then for the helicopter, we try to capture the video, we try to capture the photo to get the aerial view of the particular area. So it is very expensive because every time we try to charter a helicopter, it may cost at least 20 to 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. So nowadays, with the help of drone technologies, just fly out, then we can get a high resolutions, video and pictures. When we speak of drones in construction management, the first thing is we can use it for produce an accurate mapping, and the map that we produce from drone, the process is very fast, and then it can speed up the mapping process up to 60 to 70%, and the accuracy, of course, it depends on the quality of the LiDAR systems that we are processing or we are using, and the one that as far as I understand, the most accurate that we can have, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, is about 10 cm at the moment. Okay, if I have a more accurate one, please inform me. Okay, then the data, the spot level that we captures, we can put it into the 3D modeling systems. And the first one that we use in Kuching to capture the data using the drone was happened in year 2002. Okay, when I was together with the Department of Irrigation and Drainage, Sarawak, and the department spent about 1 million to capture the spot level in Kuching and its surrounding area. It's quite expensive during that time. Okay, now it's getting much cheaper. Okay, then if you use the drone, then we are controlling, we are taking the picture, we are monitoring on the ground. We are not going to climb to a hard access, difficult access point or dangerous point just to take the pictures. Okay, then it will ensure the safety in real time and recognize the problems and risk, since we are control the plan to capture the pictures and then to record the video, and then the risk of accidents for us to fall down from the site will be reduced significantly. So since we have a drone, then we can monitor the project easily. So we want to see how much the progress, then we just fly the drone over and then try to capture the pictures compared to the one that the progress before, and to see how much is the current progress, and then we can monitor the progress easily, in other words, in using the drone. Then by using the drone, okay, we will ensure it will increase the productivity, because as a human being, not all the time we are working very, very hard from 8 to 5. Okay, not all the time, especially when we are working for, I don't want to mention, not all the time the people are working very hard from 8 to 5. Okay, by using the drone, okay, anytime we can fly the drone over and check whether the people is working on site or not, or he is sitting in the coffee shop or whatever else, then it will be by monitoring the workers on site using the drone, then it will increase the productivity. And it will ensure that the people will be on site and to work all the time. And then another one is effective construction marketing, as I mentioned just now. And in previous years, in old days, if we want to take the marketing or we want to promote a particular area, then we need to take an aerial view of the pictures for that particular region. Then we have to charter a helicopter to take the photo, okay, and to record the video. okay, the camera will be in the helicopters to capture the video. But nowadays, we don't need to do so. We can use the drone to capture the picture as we like. Okay. So in construction, okay, now with the drone, we can carry out the smart construction management systems, and the drone will be getting smarter, okay, if we attach with some equipment or instrument with the drone, such as radar, thermal cameras, laser-based sensors, okay, and so on. So it have more function. So then, and with this more function, with this more extra function, then the drone will be superior, will be smarter. Okay, then the basic elements that we are going to use, the basic element they're going to adapt is smart construction management, doing the site surveying. Okay, this is quite a common one. Then the LiDAR will be attached together to the drone, then it can capture the spot level. Then you use the safety management. Then the drone will be fly over to see whether is there any people come to steal something else, especially during the night time from the site, or the movement of the crane, movement of the equipment. It can be monitored using the drone, and then also to do the progress monitoring using the drone systems. There are 3 ways drones that can be used to improve the safety and efficiency on the construction site, okay, during the pre-construction period. So the drone, by the time we fly it over, we can identify the picture, the video that we captures. We can identify the potential hazards that are dangerous or difficult to assess, and then we can identify the risky situation. And if it's risky, it is really hazardous, then we try to avoid it. And then we're using the drone. We can ensure that the job of site inspection becomes safer, faster, and cost-effective. And if we use the drone for capturing the spot level, then it is going to produce the precise measurement. During the construction period, okay, the drone can be used to monitor the field workers digging and laying while they are digging and laying the foundations. They are able to monitor the field workers atop the scaffolding. At night also, drone will provide extra level of security surveillance by monitoring the entire construction site effectively, meaning to say that it can serve as a CCTV on site during night time. And then it can also track moving the elements on the construction site, such as the people, materials, and equipments. Okay, and also the footage that we captures during when the drone was flying, we can use it as part of a progress report, and we can use it for promoting our project purposes, or report to the client, or report to the report to the client, or can use it as a part of evidence of progress claim. Okay. So in some advanced country, okay, I think over here we are not using this at the moment, but some advanced country, drone have been used to transport the tools, equipment, and materials, can be used to spray the paint, okay, can to install the waterproofing systems, can use to capture the unique image footage, especially the place, the location which is difficult to access, mean, for example, underneath the bridge or the skyscrapers or towers and so on, then we can use the drone to capture the pictures and the video. And then once the projects were completed, okay, the drone also can be used to monitor the defects, okay, to check how is the deterioration rate of the structure that we have constructed. Is there any defect or not, especially the location which is difficult to access, okay, the way we need to climb up, and then also to detect any leakages or not. If yes, all this happening, then we can carry out the immediate repair works, and so that the building will be, the structure the strength of the building, the structure will be preserved. Okay. For my case, we are still, as I mentioned just now, we are still in the very nascent stage. We don't have much money or budget to come up with the advanced drone. Okay, so what do we do is by the limited budget that we are having, we try to look into how are we going to monitor the project on site by determining how much time and cost that will be saved by using the drone to do the monitoring purposes, and also to determine what can drone do during the construction, before the construction, and after the construction. These are the scope that we are exploring at the moment, because due to the limited budget, if we have the more budget, if the more advanced drone that we are having, then we can explore more. Okay, like underground gas leakage, and the one that which is very famous now is the LiDAR systems. Okay, then and some others lah. The agriculture side, use it for spraying the pesticide. Then we can go. We are going to look into it. We have the extra budget, but due to the budget limitation, then we only do some very simple work. Okay, the simple works is we can put it into the case study. The first case study that we are going to adopt is to monitor the time and cost that can be saved if we inspect the drone compared to physical monitoring. The site selected is Kuching Centralized Wastewater Treatment System, package number 2. Okay, so package number 2, within the site, there are a few concurrently, they are putting up a few buildings on a few infrastructures. Okay, the first one is the Iller pumping station, which is indicated in the purple color. Second one is the green one. Okay, is the activated sludge reactor. This is for second phase. Okay, second wastewater treatment plant. The red color one is the secondary clarifier. Okay, this is for second package, and the one highlighted in the yellow color is a dewatering system. So there are 4 buildings or 4 infrastructure are putting up at the same time within this project location. So we like to see how much time we can be saved and how much cost that we can save if we fly the drone to monitor the site throughout the years during the construction period. So there are a few methodologies, the steps that involve to operating the methodology for us to carry out the research are pretty simple. We have the pre-flight checklist, we have the data collection checklist, we have the data collection, and we analyze the data. Case number 2 is, as I mentioned just now, is try to compare, try to look into what can drone do before the construction period, during the construction period, and after the construction period. And the methodology that we are adopting are pretty simple as well: pre-flight checklist, data collection, and analyze the data. So the step 1 is we try to collect the data manually, okay, because we want to do the comparison as well compared to the physical monitoring. So before we fly the drone, so we try to inform the person in charge on site before we fly the drone. This is step 1. Step 2 is all the drone before we need to fly. Before it fly, then we have calibrate the drone. Okay, we can deploy the drone at a fixed angle. We can determine what is the height of the drone that can fly. Okay, we can set it before we fly the drone. Okay, then all this we need to repeat it again during the pre-construction stage, during the construction stage, and also after the construction stage. Since we are going to compare the data with the one that with the physical monitoring, so if possible, we try to capture the data on site as well using our handphone or using our smartphone. And step 3 is try to compare both of the data that we gain with captures using the physical monitoring and also using the drone technology. Results, okay. So the case study number 1, the site that we are going to monitor is the Kuching Centralized Wastewater Treatment Plant number 1. Okay, then we have a few sites, a few locations that we are going to monitor. The one is the first one is let me see whether okay. The first site is here. Okay, the location number 1, location number 2, location number 3, location. Oh, location number 4, and the last one is the location number 5. Then after that, the drone will be returned to the original point. Okay. Then the time for the this is not using the drone. This is using the physical inspection. So every time when the physical monitoring reaching the site for the particular location, they need to set up how much time need to be traveled from point A to point B, then from point B to point C, how much time need to travel point C to point D. We need to be recorded and put it in this form on the left. Okay, and it may be recorded in the form on the left. And for drone inspection, okay, we monitor the same site, location 1, location number 2, number 3, 4, and 5, and return it to the original position. Then the time spent for the drone to fly over these few locations will be recorded as well in the form which is the form that's shown on the left of this of the slides. So result comparison, okay, for traditional physical monitoring. So if there are some defects on the beam that we have constructed, we only can climb at a particular height and then try to capture the picture at a specific angle. Okay, we cannot go near and capture the picture because we need to climb. Okay. However, if you use the drone technology, then the drone can fly as near as possible to the beam, the defected beams that we have casted previously, and then to see how much is the honeycomb, can count how many numbers of honeycomb that have been we can how to say that we can see how serious is the defect of this casting. Okay. And we want to monitor the beam construction. Okay, we only can, for traditional physical monitoring, we only can stand on the ground, and then we can only can take the picture from the ground looking upwards towards the beam. But however, if we use the drone technology, then whatever angles that on the beam that we want to capture, we can fly the drone over and then capture the pictures as detailed as possible, depends on as we wish. Okay. So when we're monitoring the steel bar, checking the steel bar, okay, the only way for us to check the number of steel bar, if we're using the traditional physical monitoring, it will be we have to climb up, and then we can check it manually and determine how much the size. But there's a risk of safety over here because we need to climb up. Okay. But if we use the drone technology, we can fly the drone as close as possible to the tie-up steel bar, and then from there we try to calculate, we try to determine, we try to check whether the number of steel bar that have been tied on site is correct, is equal to the construction drawing or not. When we are monitoring, doing the physical monitoring of cobble constructions, so we only can stand on the ground and take the pictures unless we climb up and take the picture closely. But if we take the climb up and take the picture closely, we only have a specific angle of the construction. We only can take the picture at a specific location, okay, and specific angle only. But if we fly the drone to take the pictures, then we can take the picture as detailed possible at different angle, different location as we wish. Okay. Okay, just now we mentioned that we want try to find how much time it can be saved and how much cost that we can save in using the drone technology compared to the traditional physical monitoring. So by traveling from point A to point B and return to the original position just now, if we travel on foot, it takes about 42 minutes for one cycle of monitoring process. The walking distance is 2.55 kilometers. But if you use the drone technology, the drone that fly over to that a particular area and taking the pictures, it only need about 12 minutes. Okay, the flying distance, because it's straight, is not turning here and there. If you fly the drone, okay, then the flying distance is only 0.94 kilometers. So time efficiency, if we monitor the sites once a day, one cycle, is we can save the time of 30 minutes. Okay, 1 month, if we work for 26 days, we can save for 13 hours. 1 year, if we work for 12 months, normally we work for 12 months, we can save for 56 hours per year. Cost efficiency, okay, if we are capable enough, actually we don't need to have so many supervisors on site if we know how to adopt the drone technology, how to do the monitoring process. So the engineer can do the design, at the same time can prepare the progress report, and they can monitor the site, okay, by applying the drone, which only take about 12 minutes per cycle of monitoring and inspection. So we don't need to have an extra supervisor. Let's say, this is, sorry to say that, this is a very calculative boss, okay, then we will try to omit the number of site supervisor. And then site supervisor, one person is 1,004 per month. 1 year is 16,800. So if the project lifespan is 6 hours, the total time of saving will be 936 hours. The cost saving for employing the extra one supervisor, it will save the cost of 100,800 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, so if we will fly the drone to capture the picture at the location which is difficult to access, the one that I showed to you is not difficult to access, but we only can take the picture at a certain angle, but we also still need to climb. Okay, but if we use the drone, then we don't need to climb. So when we don't need to climb, then our safety and health issue, the risk of safety and health issue will be reduced significantly, and then engineers will become more efficient, can do a few jobs at the same time. Let's say can prepare the report, can monitor the site, because the time of the site monitoring can be reduced significantly from 42 minutes to 12 minutes. Okay, if not happy or with the site monitoring that done in the morning, then they fly one more time in the evening, and it will take about 12 minutes only. Okay. So the case study number 2 is we try to adopt the drone technology at the different stages of the construction. Let's say for pre-construction stage, during construction, post-construction. Okay. Pre-construction, we try to use the drone to take the overview picture of the site. Okay, this is the site for one particular shaft or manhole for construction of the sewage pipeline for Kuching centralized wastewater treatment system, package number 2. Okay, so once we do the construction, we can try to take the area overview of the pictures, and then we can come up with a proper planning. okay, during the pre-construction. So once we have the overview of the project, then we can start out with the construction stage. And during the construction stage, we can record whatever happened of the stage at different time. We can record clearly, easily by using the drone technology. And this one can be formed as a part of the project report and can be used for progress claim. Okay, and during the construction, during the planning system, before the construction of the project, okay, the drone technology, okay, we can use it to fly over to see, okay, how are we going to plan to start the works? Where are we going to locate the shaft or the manhole, okay, or the pipeline by flying the drone before the start of the project, okay? Then during the construction of the project, then we can fly it over. Of course, the pipeline is underneath the ground, so we cannot see it from the drone. But what you can see is the shaft. This is the shaft that has been constructed on site. Okay, then by the time we fly over, then we can see that this shaft does not affect the traffic flow, and this is another shaft that have been constructed on site just now. Okay, then at the same time, okay, this is a construction of the secondary clarifier. Okay, for the drone technology, we can capture the area view of that particular secondary clarifier at different stage, different time. The time will be recorded. We can put it in the video and to see how is the progress of the work at different time and different stage. Okay, can be used as a record, can be used as a report, and then can be used as a progress claim as well. Okay, then you can see they are doing the foundation, laying the membrane, putting up the what do you call it, the footing of the secondary clarifier. Then only then they put up the clarifier one by one. They are all together the 3 numbers. Then you can see then the progress of constructing the secondary clarifier will be clearly recorded in this case, can be clearly recorded in this case. Okay, during the construction stage, the good things of using the drone is we can have the overview of the project. Okay, then we can plan. But if you use the physical monitoring, okay, then we can take the picture at a certain angle. But the overall, how does the site look like? We cannot have a picture. We might not have a picture on that. We can take the picture as close as possible, but the overview of the project is unknown. It's very vague and unclear because we cannot take the area view of that particular project. Okay, then during construction, okay, let's say this is the inlet pumping station. The diameter of this inlet pumping station is easily can go to 30 meters in diameter. The depth, there's a hole down there. The depth can easily go to 27 meters. So if there are some defects on the particular section of the inlet pumping system or inlet pumping station, okay. So imagine that the width is 30 meters in diameter, okay. Then the depth is 27 meters. So how are we going to capture how serious is the defect or at that particular point of the location? If physical monitoring, I think it's very hard for us to get the good picture, good view, or a clear picture for that. But we use the drone, then the drone can fly as close as possible to the defected area, take the pictures. Then we try to come up with the planning how to carry out the repair works. And this is the main benefits. One of the main benefits of using the drone technology in project monitoring and inspection. Then after construction, we might need to prepare the build out drone. What do you call that? Build. I have forgotten. There's a certain term. The term is something like build. I have forgotten the term. Okay, so it basically the usage of this building is to tell the people as-built drawing. Yeah, as-built drawing. As-built drawing. Sorry, as-built drawing basically is something like to tell the people by the time the project have been completed, how does it look like? Okay, then by using the drone technology, we can easily have an aerial view of that particular site and a particular location. We can zoom in inside and attach with the insert particular pictures to tell the people how does it look like for this particular location. But if you don't have drone to do the project monitoring to capture the pictures, the pictures that we might have to submit in the report is exactly the same on the one on the right, where we only can take the picture at certain angle from the ground. And people, by the time we submit, people cannot, the client who read the report, they don't know where this one is at which location, this one at which angle the photo was taken, and so on. So if a drone, then we can have a clear overview of the as-built drawing and tell the client that this is how you look like by the time it was completed. So, so basically what we can conclude here is pre-construction. It can successfully be used. Drone have been used for planning, management, and monitoring the site preparation during the construction. Even easy for report for overall monthly progress and daily site report, and it can be used as part of the progress claim. And then after construction, and then it can use the drone to inspect the QA/QC, especially the part that is difficult to access. Okay, let's say for a bridge of the construction, on top of the bridge, on deck of the bridge is easy to access lah. But underneath the bridge, the substructure, the pier, the support, the bridge is very difficult to access. So one of the way to access through it is using the drone to fly through it and check is there any defects or not. And another one is skyscrapers, the towers, telecom towers, or the high tension electricity towers. Okay, it's very high. Okay, so for doing the maintenance, people need to climb out. For monitoring purpose, I think drone is a good choice or good solution to inspect the defects. Okay. Now we come to the conclusions. So the conclusion, basically what I can conclude here is drone is feasible to be used in project monitoring and inspection. Then from the simple case study that I share over here, and I can conclude that it really saves the time and it can save the cost for project monitoring and inspection. So the future of drones. Okay, so basically we can see that drone have played a significant role in improving the construction safety and risk management, and then also help the construction companies to connect employees to remote job sites. I think is some of the drones, the distance that it can fly is 5 kilometers. Some of it more advanced one can fly for further distance if you have spend more money to purchase a more advanced drone. And then is in the footage that it captures, the photo that it captures, it can use as can be used as a document, can be attached together with the documents. And then if someone have invested some money for that particular project, then the pictures, the footage that we capture, we can use it as an update to the investors. And in coming years, drone is expected, according to the one that I read through, is going to operate as a crane, as a forklift on the construction sites, in improving safety, in improving the safety for construction industry. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Thank you very much. The time is 3:20. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Lau.
Thank you very much for having.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a very nice, intense presentation. I also learned something very new. Okay, let me go through the list of questions that I have. So far, I've only captured 4. The question number 1 is the most famous question in all the webinar. Question is, can we have a copy of the deck of your presentation?
Yeah, can. I can
Right.
give it to you, and then you can share with all the participants. No problem.
All right. Thank you very much on behalf of all the participants. Thanks for the Kelvin. Second question from Yonis of Unimas. Yonis posted 3 questions. Question number 1, is it possible to apply this concept, visual inspection for power line, transmission line, and what are the challenges or limitations?
Okay. Of course, power line, it can be used, of course. But the challenges is the power line, the train tower, the electricity tower, high voltage tower is very high, and the distance is very, very, very far. So the battery of the drone, okay, the main challenge is the lifespan of the battery. Some of it is up to half an hour. But if you can buy a multi-billion drones, of course, I believe you can have a more durable battery where it can it can fly for the further distance, and then it can last for the longer period. This is the main challenge.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kelvin. Now get back to Yonis' question. Question number 2. What are the characteristics that can a drone measure, and is it customizable?
The one that we are having, of course, is not a very advanced type. The one that we are using is DJI Mavic A. Okay, it costs about 3,000 plus to 4,000. Okay, the one that we can have is we need to set the coordinate. We can set the coordinate. Okay, and then the second thing we can set is the angle of the picture that we want to capture. Okay, the angle of the picture that we want to capture. The third thing that we can do is we can set the maximum height of the drone that can fly. These are the 3 things that we can do to do the presetting before the drone fly for the one that we are using. But if you purchase the one with 1.5 million, like the graduate PhD company in UAE, then of course it can penetrate to underneath the ground and check the gas leakage. And then of course it's more advanced. Depends on dollar and cent as well. Yeah. And the one that the JKR, Public Works Department, currently they are purchasing 300,000. They are going to set up a LiDAR center throughout the Sarawak. Okay. And then my friend is heading for it. And then the drone that they are purchasing is about 300K. So that's why I say all depends on dollar and cents. If we have more dollar and cents, then can go into more advanced drone can do some advanced job as well. But the one that we are having is due to the budget constraint. This is the one that we can do at the moment. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Kelvin. It's like if you want to have more features, then you need to invest more.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Then the third question from Yonis as well. Is it possible to measure the real-time state of electrical components of power lines or transmission lines?
I'm not so sure. That one, sorry, I'm not so sure. But the one that I'm for sure is the UAE Sharjah National Oil that are investing is they are able to detect the leakage of the gas underneath the ground, that buried underneath the ground. The power voltage underneath the wire line, I'm not so sure whether it is able to do or not. But anyway, if it is it all depends on it depends on the sensor that is attached together with the drone. If the sensor that attached together with the drone have this feature, then of course it can do the task, perform the task. Then if the sensor is not available, a drone by the time it fly through it is not able to do anything as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Dr. Kelvin. Thanks again.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
hopefully the Yonis question are answered. Then coming into the next question from IRTS can we use drone to do underground utility detect mapping or UDM mapping? This will reduce risk personnel involved in traffic accident during the UDM in conventional way.
What? Lao?
Yes.
Can you repeat the questions? Underground what?
Underground utility detect mapping.
Okay. Mapping. Okay, I get it. Like I mentioned just now, Sajah National Oil, the gas piping is underground utilities. Okay, they invest 1.4 million just to detect the underground gas pipeline. They can do it. Okay, but have to invest some extra money just to detect where's the location of the pipeline, and they have done it. And some other utilities like telephone line, the fiber optic line, that one I'm not so sure. I don't know what are the sensors that can be attached together with the drone yet, but for underground utilities, for gas leakage, particularly, it can be done. It can be done. We after investing 1.5 million.
Yeah, I believe by using the ultrasonic sensor, it should be able to detect the gas leak.
Yeah. But
all right.
Yeah, but the money, the dollar and cents is a lot.
Yes.
It is not
True,
within
true.
not
With the data.
our budget. Yeah.
Correct. With the data that has been measured and transmitted, then the data will be more. Okay.
Yeah.
Then the next one is from Nasrul Hakim. What
Yeah.
are the challenges we could foresee from the perspective of Malaysian drone regulation?
Perspective. So Malaysian drone regulation, by the time we go through it, these are the list of regulations that we need to follow by the time we fly through the drone. So of course, the first one is you are not able to fly in class A, B, C, and G airspace, and then 5 kilometers away from the airport, and you cannot fly for more than 400 feet above the ground. Okay, then every time you fly, okay, you need to get the permission from the Director General of Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia. Okay, if the drone is more than 20 kilogram, the weight is more than 20 kilogram. Okay, and if for commercial drone operation, you need to get the permission from the Director General of CAM as well. For recreation purpose, you need to register the drone. These are the limitations. Then whatever we do, we have to abide all the rules. And another thing is you cannot fly it in KLCC area, Putrajaya area, Parliament area, Istana Negara area, police station, prisons, and also the government offices and the military bases. Military bases. These are the regulations, and this is the limitation.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hopefully that question is answered. Thank you again, Dr. Kelvin. Then the next question is from Adrian. Any example project in Malaysia implement using drone technology?
Okay. Frankly speaking, drone technology is for survey purposes. I think it has been started about 20 years ago. And the first data that we are having in Sarawak is Kuching LiDAR data and purchased by Department of Irrigation and Drainage Sarawak in sometime around in year 2002. Okay, and they was captured using the drone technology. Okay, then after that, before we go into this field of research, okay, we have tried to search all the relevant reports that we are having in Malaysia. Only University Malaysia Pahang, okay, because they are quite famous with BIM, Building Information Modeling, and my friend is working there as well. They only prepare one report for undergraduate study, and thereafter we have not seen any report available at the more up to current stage, but maybe some of them are working on it. Like JKL at the moment in Sarawak, they are forming the regional office throughout Sarawak. Each division, each regional office, not division, each regional office, they have set up the drone section as part of the building information modeling basics. And my friend is heading for that as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kelvin. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, seems that is the last questions.
Okay.
So maybe we can pick up the very final one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So far, no more posting the question. Okay. No more. Looks like we have covered all the questions, Dr. Kelvin. So before we end the session, is there anything that you would like to cover before the wrap up?
I think that's all. I think that's all for me today. And then if I'm doing some other researches as well together with the counterpart, and Dr. Kusairi now is Washington State University is our part of our team, our research team. So maybe from time to time we can contribute some. Yeah, this is a wrap up. Because apart from this, we are doing some other researches as well. So hopefully we can contribute to for the development of, especially in the aspect of science and technology for the betterment of Sarawak State. This is what we want to wrap up. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot. That is a very big and sweet dream for Sarawak. Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Kelvin. So I would like to invite our chairman, APTT.Ir.Dr. to present the certificate to Dr. Kelvin. So this will be a virtual ceremony, Dr. Kelvin.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
Yeah. So the soft copy will be sent to you via email. Thank you very much. Our chairman, T.S.Ir.Dr. please. Maybe you can have some words.
Thank you, as I said, Professor T.S.Ir.Dr. Kuok for your time today to sharing with APTT and everyone in this webinar. So we are very pleased with your presentation. I think from people from construction industry, very happy to see all this kind of development that we can use in technology in our construction. I believe this is our future technology that we can use in construction, and I believe our authority also will accept this kind of project monitoring in future. Thanks, Doctor.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. And Doctor, boss, actually, we are very keen because in Swinburne Sarawak we have formed Technology Association of Malaysia Swinburne Sarawak student chapters, and then actually the chairman is serving is MBOT Malaysia as well. So if possible, in future we would like to invite our T.S.R.Dr. to give a talk for our students in future. Yeah.
Inshallah. Thank you, Dr. Kuok.
Thank you.
Okay, so there goes. Before I will share this QR code again. Similarly, thanks again to Dr. Kelvin and also our chairman, T.S.R.Dr. So I will share again this QR, or you can actually click the URL in the chat box as well. The attendance link has been posted in the chat box already. So please logging in your attendance. And at the same time, I would like to request everyone to turn on your camera for a group photo taking group photo session.
I am Flash Gallery. How can I do this?
Okay.
How can I do this? Tolong lah.
There are still a lot have not turned on the camera. Let me switch to together mode.
Something like this, is it? Just like this.
Hello, Mr. Phil. How are you? Mr. Phil from PCSS. Can you hear me?
Yeah, wait ya.
Dr. Ahmad Zawawi. Prof.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Yani.
Hi.
For this, Bennett, then we will need your help to snap a photo.
Okay. All right. Just a-
So everybody, camera on already?
Yeah. Okay lah.
Yeah, more. Have not turned on the camera.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. One more time.
Okay.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
Wow, this
everybody.
background is nice. Is it 30-meter wide, 30-meter deep? All right, thank you very much. Our thanks again to Dr. Kevin and everybody. Thanks again for your very good supporting to this webinar, and we look forward to see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you share the screen now? The
Sharing.
sharing the attendance. All right. Good.
Yep. So the link will close in at 6 p.m. today. All right, see you guys
Okay.
soon.
Okay,
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your
Okay,
support, everyone.
bye. Good night, Dido. Good night, Dido.
Good night, good chat.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, thanks, Dr. Kevin.
Okay.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Mr.
Bert.
Long, I will send you the email later.
Oh, Ken, send the
Yeah.
email dengan attendance kelak lah. Afternya closing mungkin kita buka sampai pukul 6 lah.
Okay, boleh.
Esok email je lah, pukul 6 dah. Balik dah bah.
Oh, yalah nak. Okay, boleh.
Esok atau Isnin lah. No urgent.
Boleh lah.
Alright.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Kami akan stay sampai semua orang keluar lah.
Sama lah.
Because the street is there mah.
Yeah.
People still atau attendant lagi, isi attendant.
Oh.
Ben, untuk next webinar kelak boleh nak ya? Boleh check nanti later follow up dengan Prof. Kismet ataupun siapa? Nur Amalina, the next speaker.
Untuk information selebihnya kah?
Next punya webinar lah untuk 11 March lah.
Oh, 11. So either Dr. Kismet, Prof. Kismet or Amalina kah?
Yes.
Okay.
Amalina lah. I think next session is Amalina will become the
Untuk
moderator.
jadi
Moderator.
moderator. Okay, so I will contact Amalina dulu lah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, tunggu sampai 3:45 lah.